Everyone, we're here at SHOT Show 2024. I am with Evan of Griffin Armament. Griffin Armament is a company that I've been doing a lot with over the years. They've been making really excellent silencers in addition to all the other accessories and options that they make. One of the things that I always preach about, especially when I was still working at the gun store, when people were looking at buying silencers, is not only are you buying the actual item itself, but you're also kind of buying the company and the customer service that goes along with that. And that's one thing that I've really appreciated about Griffin Armament over the years, whether it's stuff I've dealt with or especially customers I sold Griffin silencers to, what they've dealt with, everyone has had nothing but glowing feedback of the Griffin Armament experience. And I think that's one thing that helps set companies apart from each other, and hence why I'm here doing a video at their booth. Now, you guys have some really interesting stuff as far as the attachments on your new silencer line, like the new dual lock system. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, so we developed the dual lock mounting system really for military and government interest. We had penetrated the civilian market pretty well. That's what we initially wanted to focus on for quite a few years. We're in our 19th year of operation, and a few years ago we were kind of seeing, I wouldn't say at market capacity, but kind of nearing market capacity with civilian ownership. A lot of people had heard about the brand or maybe bought something. And so we were kind of looking to pursue that and look for the next customer, which for us, I personally have been focusing on military and export sales for the last couple of years to support the dual lock. It has also been released, obviously, to the consumers. So every dual lock product that we've made is available to consumer public as well. But it's just a really high quality modern mounting system that features a taper suppressor with a taper in front of an Acme thread. And then there's 60 splines on the muzzle device. So that the 3 teeth on the collar actually pass through those splines. They don't actually drag on the splines. So there's no ratcheting, clicking noises that you'll hear when you mount it. It's really smooth. And this just snaps. You twist this, the spring pops it up, snaps those splines, the teeth on the collar through the splines, and then that's basically the locking system. It's super tight, very accurate, and no wear-prone features.
Right, yeah, so because it's not dragging and clicking, you're not wearing those teeth out, you're not creating a loose fitment over time, and because it's got so many of those teeth, you can really refine it down to have a nice tight fit once it's actually locked on there. Now, what can is this that you have here?
So this is a Dual Lock 7. We've done tubeless, laser welded, lightweight suppressors in this family, like this one. This is 15.7 ounces, I want to say. Actually, it might be even less than that. I'm pretty bad at my specs. We've got over 500 SKUs now in the company, so it's really
can't memorize them all.
Yes, it's hard to mentally track things.
Yeah.
But I want to say this is extremely light.
Yeah.
I think it's actually closer to 13. I think it's 12.7. But yeah, super light.
Yeah.
Pretty short. The 5 version, the Dual Lock 5, is 1 baffle shorter. Obviously the 5.56 bore aperture, but just really lightweight, kind of cutting edge. Low back pressure baffle systems in there as well. So we've done a lot of tuning of our suppressor baffle systems over the years. The last 4 years, really specifically. And so we're really concerned with what's the noise at the ears of the shooter. We want to make that as low as possible without exponentially increasing muzzle numbers. So we're really trying to balance the localized environment for the shooter so that they have a good experience around.
Right. And you guys have been doing a lot of work on your end caps too to help keep the muzzle flash and muzzle signature down as well, correct?
Yeah, we've done a lot of low light flash testing just to try to get the flash as minimal as possible. We've compared ourselves with other leading brands and models to make sure that we are towards the top of the performance envelope for the market.
Yeah, and speaking of which, like I have a K-can from another competitor that is terrible with muzzle flash, but you guys just came out with a new 5.56 K-can, correct?
Yes, we did. So we came out with the Recce 5K. There's been a lot of interest in shorter suppressors.
Yeah.
This one's pretty dang short. I believe it's like 5.25 inches. The shorter you go, the harder it is to make the product perform.
Right.
Because you're losing volume. And so it's kind of frustrating in terms of product development because it takes a lot of testing to optimize that volume.
Yeah.
But we do spend the time on it. We're not just going to kick a product out there just to kick a product out there. But I know this was relatively frustrating to make.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I'm glad they're the ones that get to deal with that frustration, and we as consumers get to enjoy that hard work. But the specs and numbers, even like as far as sound at the shooter's ear, are still really good with this, right?
Yeah, I mean, the performance of this is really great. Like I said, just kind of a nightmare almost to make it initially. You know, once the R&D is done, obviously, now that problem goes away and you can enjoy the production. But yeah, this was a tough one.
Yeah. Now, one of the other cool things that Griffin's been doing for a long time with like their M4 SD line is doing their new gate, or not new, their gate lock system, which I know, again, from the consumer side, working at a gun store, a lot of people were intimidated by having to buy a whole bunch of new muzzle devices just to start using a can. But you guys have now made that new gate locks, or that gate lock system, new, and that you can now attach it to a lot of other silencers on the market.
Yeah, so we've done quite a few 1.375. People are calling them hub mounts adapters.
Yep.
So we have quite a few of those. You can check the website for those. But yeah, this is that part that you're talking about.
Yeah, so if you have like a mil-spec A2 flash hider, and there's even some other ones that will work, just make sure you're getting a good actual mil-spec cut muzzle device. And then you guys also have like your little shims in there, or the little stopper plate for the, not crush washers.
It's an over-travel stop.
Over-travel stop,
Yeah.
Thank you. To help make sure that this indexes properly. But this just slides over, clicks down, and so you don't have to make any modification to that mil-spec A2 adapter or A2 bird cage, and now you can be running a can on the end of your gun.
Correct.
So that's a pretty neat thing. And then by now making it hub compatible, and you guys are also doing a couple other thread pitches for some other can bodies, if I understand correctly.
Yes.
So most of the options out there that will let you unthread the back end of your silencer, you can now be running the gate lock system on your silencers.
Yeah, we do it in gate lock, dual lock, taper mount, easy lock, 3-lug. Yeah, we're supporting the 1375 hub in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. So no matter, and that's one thing I like about the silencer industry as a whole, is there's moving towards that cross compatibility. So if you find something you like, you can now incorporate that into whatever silencer you have. Now, moving on from silencers, one thing that caught me off guard, because I guess my ear to the ground of the industry isn't as good as I thought, is you guys are now getting into the optics realm, correct?
Yes, so we started working with optics manufacturers about a year and a half, 2 years ago. We have like everybody else in the firearms industry, there's a lot of experience at the companies, but we've been using optics, forever, since we were kids, and every different brand, and there's varying degrees of quality and features and price, and we just wanted to enter that space. We felt like it was exciting and something that we could do just a little bit differently, obviously. But we are coming out with a 1-to-8 single focal plane, optic, which is our 1-to-8 first focal. It's a mil illuminated. It has a custom reticle in there by Griffin, which actually provides for rollover prone holds for both the right and left side. That's pretty interesting with the optic, with the reticle. So no longer do you have to guess where to hold off your Kentucky windage to your 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Now there's actually indicators there for you. So it's the reticle is the individual carbine optic. That's what we're calling it. And it's just a really nice offering. Pretty affordable as well. $600 MSRP right now.
That's not bad.
And it's shown in our modular optics mount system, the Griffin precision mounts, with our acro footprinted Griffin micro sight. So this is another product that we're doing. This is available in red or green illumination, as well as the scope's available in red or green. We're doing red or green and all the offerings so far. Seems like green has really become more popular with reticles.
Yeah.
So we decided to just offer both. But this is one of them. We also have, thank you, a 1X prism, a 1-power prism. It has some nice rubber covers on it so that you can actually protect your glass, which I really like. I've always liked to protect the glass.
Yeah.
This one is shake awake, a bunch of different settings. And really the interesting thing that people say is, why would you do a 1-power prism over a red dot? Because they're both 1 power. But the 1 power is nice, like you just showed.
Yeah, my astigmatism.
Yeah, for astigmatisms, it's really great. It just really sharpens up the picture and makes it really clear.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have a non-magnified 1X, you just don't get that. So
yeah, not to mention too, if a battery dies on a red dot, you've just got a tube you're looking through. With the Prism, because it's got an etched reticle, no matter what, you're going to have a reticle to be looking at through that body.
Right, so that one has a custom reticle as well. There's a circle dot with a dot at the 6 o'clock for a 300 meter foldover. This one has a reticle with a chevron out to 700 yards. This is a 3-power. So the reticle is similar to the reticle in our 1-8, but it's just a 3-power, so it's a little bit heavier, a little bit bulkier because of that added glass. But it gives you a nice, clear, fast acquisition picture. We also made quick detach mounts for them, which very nominally clear our microsights. So we have really ideal packaged mounts as well that are available.
Yeah,
so
and those quick release mounts are going to be available for a bunch of different optics moving forward. Like the red dot that we were just looking at, that fully enclosed red dot, they're going to have mounts for that. And then also like that aim point pattern, like T1, H1 style, you're going to be able to incorporate that quick release mount into those as well.
And one other thing that we've been working on for the past several years is manufacturing our Mark II full ambi rifle, which we developed about 10 years ago actually, but have not manufactured to date. But it's a 77.5 custom forged lower with a bolt catch and release on the right side, as well as the ambi features on the opposite side. Ambi selector switches, ambi charging handle.
Yeah.
So a really nice rifle, competitively priced as well.
Yeah, and you know, that's the hard thing with doing SHOT Show videos like this, is to keep it somewhat brief for the short attention spans out there. We have to gloss over a lot of stuff because, like you said, 500 SKUs. Everything on these guns, like except for the flashlight, is Griffin Armament. So if you want to check out all of the different Griffin Armament products, where is a good place for them to look?
The flashlight's cloud defensive, by the way, so name drop that one quick.
There you go.
But griffinarmament.com, head out there. You know, you can scour the website for a while. There's a plethora of different products on there. And like you said, if you have any questions with customer service, feel free to give us a call. We'd love to chat with you. We try to staff our customer service department with people that really love the gun industry. And so we have really knowledgeable people in those positions.
Yeah, and they also have a really good YouTube channel where they go a little bit more in depth into some of the testing that they've done with their silencers. So that's a really good resource if you want to see where they're getting their numbers from. You guys have invested a ton of money into having like a really good testing protocol for your silencers.
Yeah, and yes, we have. We run the B&K Pulse LAN-XI system, which is the state of the industry. It's used for aerospace, you know, as well as industrial companies for OSHA requirements. They're the most esteemed metrology company in the world for audiology, and so we work with them. We are also going to be incorporating the crane, NSW crane, low light testing later this year, as well as their particulate testing standards. So. You can look for those videos as well later in the year.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'll have links below to all their socials, to their YouTube channel, and then I can't link to their website, but if you just search Griffin Armament, I believe in you, you can find it. Anything else that you wanted to add?
No, thanks for watching OreGear, and Ryan, thanks for visiting.
Yeah, thanks for having a chance to talk to this guy, and I will be doing a lot more coverage here of SHOT Show 2024, so stay tuned for that. But as always, I hope you got something out of this video, and I really appreciate you watching.